The Winter's Tale has the single most famous stage direction in all of Shakespeare. Exit pursued by a bear. You shouldn't go to Shakespeare for basic life advice, but if you are pursued by a bear, exit. Exit as quickly as possible. Don't hang around. Bears are hungry and fierce and fast. So exit as soon and exiting actually doesn't save Antigonus. We are given to believe the bear catches him. The clown describes seeing Antigonus being eaten. What to make of this? First of all, it's tricky on stage. Like it's dangerous to use a real bear in live performance, and they probably didn't. There's a minority who thinks they did. We should remember that bear baiting, a blood sport involving live bears, or initially live bears, was a relatively popular entertainment in Shakespeare's London. By relatively, I mean not actually as much as the theater. For a while, Queen Elizabeth makes a rule that there can't be any plays on Wednesdays because Wednesday will be bear baiting day to protect the bear baiting industry. Elizabeth loved bear baiting. Could someone from the bear baiting? Could one of the bears have been brought over? Maybe. Yes, that strikes me as dangerous. Also, bears. Bears do poop in the woods, but on stage, urban bears poop in the city wherever they happen to be. So that's tricky. And there was around the time, around or shortly after the time the Winter Tale was written, there was one of the younger acting companies did have to play in a convertible playhouse that was bear baiting part of the week and theater the rest of the time. A theater called The Hope, and it smelled intense, intense. Probably this is someone in some kind of bear costume. In modern staging, there's a kind of prop bear of various kinds. It tests the ingenuity and creativity of the staging and the director, the stage designer. It often becomes a kind of fill in this with your imagination kind of thing. To borrow from another Shakespeare play, which is not on our list of because it's not a comedy. Piece out our imperfections with your thoughts. So you have to imagine you're seeing a persuasive bear when in fact we can't do that. Shakespeare does not have an illusionistic theater. People are accustomed to imagining they see a bear just like they're used to imagining all kinds of things they can't see, like the scenery. One explanation for why there's an exit pursued by a bear: Shakespeare's company owned another play that had the stage direction Enter Pursued by a Bear. We don't think about that as a Shakespeare play because it's not Shakespeare's play. It's an anonymous play. It's, in terms of publication, the biggest hit of Shakespeare's day, the number one top selling play, the one that goes through the most editions of anything, is, of course, Musidorus. You know Musidorus, right? He's a prince in disguise as a shepherd. It's from Philip Sidney's Arcadia, right? Musidorus, you learned it all in like ninth grade, right? Right before the between, yeah, right? No, okay. That play now seems obscure to us. It's worth remembering the biggest hit of Shakespeare's day in terms of how many times it got printed is something that's anonymous that we don't think of, and it's not Shakespeare's. Shakespeare is popular and successful, but the biggest hit isn't his. But those two plays are both part of Shakespeare's company repertory. They're both King's Men's plays, and they both have the pastoral in them. They have princes and princesses in disguise. One has Enter pursuing a bear, and one has Exit pursued by a bear. They go together.